Hey everybody, this is a clip from the latest episode of the Randi Rhodes Show. If you want the full episode thing in a podcast, buy a stinking podcast.
Mary had a little man.
The fault. We believe that all men are created equal.
To the magnificent mosaic that is America.
From radio beacon to radio beacon. I have a dream. Change has come to America.
Believe me.
Knock, knock. Who's there?
It's a figment of your imagination.
Randi Rhodes Show.
Turn up your mind.
Friday, you bastards. Oh, my God. So, obviously, the Democrats are in the final day of their opening arguments. Adam Schiff seems to be just wrapping up this portion of the opening arguments. And this portion has to do with the damage that was done, the harm to our nation, the harm to our national security, to our future elections, and the harm to Ukraine, who is a casualty in Donald Trump's selfish self-preservation. That is really what happened here. So, but last night, I don't know how many people are staying with this. I really don't know. I haven't seen, the combined ratings from each and every outlet that is airing these hearings, this trial. It's a trial live. So I don't know if it's 8 million, 10 million, 30 million, or 4 people. I really have no idea. But I will say that last night I literally wept for my country. I literally cried for America because we're at such a crossroads. We're in so much danger. And what I saw last night was a masterclass in statesmanship. It was a masterclass in law. It was a masterclass on your government and the unbelievable amount of people, both in uniform and not, who work and toil and serve in far-flung places around the world to keep you safe, to keep the United States free, to keep other countries democracies, and to promote democracy, and to promote the rule of law, and to promote truth and honesty and transparency in their governments. To beat back adversaries who would invade their neighbors. It was this whole experience has been a masterclass, a long time in coming. And the reason why we're getting this view is because this is the first time a president has ever been on trial for sacrificing the national security of the United States. And for what? For his own personal benefit, for his own personal favor, a favor that would only benefit him, a favor that turned into extortion of a country at war, an ally at war with an adversary who invaded it in order to cheat and get dirt on an opponent in the upcoming election. That is the long and short of it. And I will tell you that there are tons of senators who had never heard this. No, they never have. You know why? Because just like most people, they're doing their jobs all day. And they're not hanging on the every word of all of the witnesses that were called in front of the House. They didn't watch the Intelligence Committee hearings, and they didn't watch the Judiciary Committee hearings in their entirety. All they did was read newspapers, maybe, and heard about this or that. And they figured they could make excuses about it. They figured they could just, bat it away. They figured that, hey, the president is their guy. And, we're just looking out for our own interests, just like he's looking out for his. What they are starting to realize is that Trump doesn't just engage in abuse of power, that this president engages in abuse of the powerful. And that's them. And that blew my mind last night to hear Adam Schiff after this unbelievable presentation of facts, and then tying the facts to the law, and then showing the facts and the law being testified to under oath. He wrapped up this way. I just, there's so much of what he said. There were 8 minutes that will go down in the annals of history. Adam Schiff's speech last night will be studied in law schools and government classes around the world forever.
It's pretty obvious, whether we can say it publicly or we can't say it publicly. We all know what we're dealing here with this president. But does he really need to be removed? And this is why he needs to be removed. Donald Trump chose Rudy Giuliani over his own intelligence agencies. He chose Rudy Giuliani over his own FBI director. He chose Rudy Giuliani over his own national security advisors. When all of them were telling him this Ukraine 2016 stuff is kooky, crazy Russian propaganda, he chose not to believe them. He chose to believe Rudy Giuliani. That makes him dangerous to us, to our country. That was Donald Trump's choice. Now, why would Donald Trump believe a man like Rudy Giuliani over a man like Christopher Wray? Okay? Why would anyone in their right mind believe Rudy Giuliani over Christopher Wray? Because he wanted to, and because what Rudy was offering him was something that would help him personally. And what Christopher Wray was offering him was merely the truth. What Christopher Wray was offering him was merely the information he needed to protect his country and its elections. But that's not good enough. What's in it for him? What's in it for Donald Trump? This is why he needs to be removed. Now, you may be asking, how much damage can he really do in the next several months until the election? A lot. A lot of damage.
It's stunning. I mean, it's just shocking, and it's just so self-evident. This is how he wrapped up last night.
But here, right is supposed to matter. It's what's made us the greatest nation on earth. No constitution can protect us. Right doesn't matter anymore. And you know, you can't trust this president do what's right for this country. You can trust he will do what's right for Donald Trump. He'll do it now. He's done it before. He'll do it for the next several months. He'll do it in the election if he's allowed to. This is why, if you find him guilty, you must find that he should be removed. Because right matters. Because right matters. And the truth matters. Otherwise, we are lost.
Now, I mean, if you really are a patriot, if you really care about America, and you understand America's just an agreement, and that it's an experiment and an agreement and a contract called the Constitution, if you understand that, and you know that the President of the United States doesn't agree. He doesn't agree with the Constitution. He doesn't agree in co-equal branches of government. He doesn't believe in having oversight. He doesn't believe in having checks and balances on his abuse of power. He doesn't believe in the rule of law. He only believes in what will help him. If you understand that Donald Trump didn't think he could win on his own, and that's why he asked Russia if they were listening to hack into Hillary's emails. And if you understand that it did happen hours later, that Russia hacked into those emails. If you understand that after Mueller testified, he saw that no one was going to hold him accountable, and he did it again now with Ukraine. Except Ukraine was in a hot war, an active war. They still are. There are people in trenches right now in Ukraine. People at 13,000 Ukrainians have died. Now, just to give this some context, Ukraine is about the size of Texas. Can you imagine if 13,000 people died in Texas fighting an invasion from Mexico, and the president said, well, you want America, to defend you, but I need a favor, though. I want you to find dirt on Joe Biden and his son. Well, 13,000 Texans were being slaughtered by a Mexican invasion. That is what is going on here. And America cannot survive this if people think that what he's doing is okay or American. RandyRhodes.com for the whole thing and a podcast. Buy a stinking podcast.